Hey guys, I wanted to come back in here and kind of like speak about something that is really important that I feel like one of you guys are going to resonate with because it's exactly what happened to me when I was coming up, and it is going to happen just because the majority of you guys watching are at a position that you want to come out of and you want to level up. You're going to be speaking with people who you're going to deem that it's not on your level. You're going to be speaking with people who are times 10 where you are right now. You're going to be in rooms that you never thought, or you're going to feel like you don't deserve to be in there, or you don't have the same value as the people in there. When I was coming up, and I'm going to just like start and say, I was so scared to speak to people. I was so scared to call. I was scared to pick up the phone and speak to people who were in control of what I needed so that I could get my deals over the line and, make my money. And because of this idea of money in my head, I associated all these calls as like it just completely wrecked my nervous system. You know that feeling you get when you have to call at the end, but you avoid it, you procrastinate. It's just nerve wracking. It's something you don't want to face because you don't want to be on the other side of that rejection. You don't want to face that rejection or face somebody that you feel like is in control of something that you need. And so you're subconsciously uh, feel like you're seen as, you have to kind of gravel. It's kissing a few frogs, essentially. But one thing that I wanted to kind of speak about is you are in control. It's you that is in control. Every single time I picked up that phone, every single time that I spoke to somebody, I understood that the reason I'm calling is because you need something from me. I'm not going to waste my time speaking to you if there's not going to be a push or pull here. If there wasn't, I'd be a beggar, but I'm not. I'm in business and I'm trying to up myself, but the only way for me to get there is for me to have value that you need, even if you don't know that you need it. It's always going to be a win-win coming out of any type of deal that you would do if you're in the right side of business. But some people don't realize that, and they will look at you as if you're somebody who's here to just take. I had a guy who he was a lot older than me, and I we were doing this kind of he actually called me and he said that he wanted me to do this, he wanted me to do that. He was looking for one of my deals. And he was gonna pay me around £5,000 for me to kind of do this because that was what I was charging for my service. Bear in mind, this same guy used every freaking tactic to intimidate me into believing that I didn't have the value that I needed for me to be sitting or standing beside him because he was used to being put on that pedestal. And that is who you are going to face in this journey of you getting aligned for you to take those steps where you aren't in the same situation that you are now. You're going to meet people like that. You're going to have situations where your own worth, your own confidence, and your own alignment is going to be tested. I was tested so many freaking times, and it took me a long time to realize that there is nothing to test here because it's already established. I remember sitting down and I said, he was on the phone and he was shouting about something, and the deal didn't go through the way he wanted it to go through, and he turned it into a whole lecture, and somehow someone who he had called needing my services for turned into him lecturing me and treating me like a student that has just signed up to a freebie class of his. And I had to ask him, who is the one who needed who here? You have to ask yourself, am I in control, or am I giving my control away to somebody who doesn't even know me yet? Am I the one who has authority here for something that I'll be giving away that is of value? Or am I the one who is seeking permission from this person for me to feel like I have authority in this space that you want to dominate? When it comes to shifting the mindset of you having the control when you're dealing with people who have what this world sees as the ultimate control, which is in most times money, it's respect, it's power, it's assets. If you don't have any of this, all you have to rely on is the fact that you have everything in here. You have everything in here as well, which, as freaking cliche as that sounds, it is one of the leading causes to people being able to walk into a room like they bought it. Because not only do they know that they deserve to be in that room because they're just as valuable as every single person sitting on that table, but they understand that they have good intentions of doing so. They have nothing to be afraid of. I had nothing to be afraid of. You have nothing to be afraid of. You need to walk like you understand you have the authority and you know exactly what it is that you want, and you know exactly how you can give value to the person who has control over what it is. That could be your audience. It could be your client. It could be your investor. It doesn't matter who it is, but you have to make sure that in your mind, you are the one who is in charge of this win-win situation here, because you want it to be on your terms. The moment that it shifts to anyone else's terms, and I'll say this and I'll say it only one time, never ever negotiate or argue in somebody else's terms. Stick to your terms and go from there. But the main thing that I had to understand and work with was the value that I'm bringing to the table. That is not something to be it's not something to even be discussed, because it is there. It is established. The moment I was able to align my mindset to know that I'm just as aligned and valuable, the confidence flew when I picked up that phone the next day. And this is an overnight freaking shift. If you understand exactly with the little frameworks that you'd have in place, if you understand exactly how to shift in your mind that not only do you have the value, you also have the authority and the power, and you have the script to deliver it, the tonality to deliver it, the instant difference that you will see would be unbelievable. And I'm going to leave this video here, and I really wanted to say it just in case somebody who... This is a daily thing that you can experience in so many different ways. But the main thing is that you have to understand that the power lies within you. You need to align yourself to the standards that you want to uphold and you want everyone else to be upheld to. If I ask you right now, if you were at the place that you wanted to be, what would change about you? Like, literally in your mind, as we are sitting right now, what would change? If you were able to get, let's say you want to go from 50K a month to 100K a month, or you want to go from somebody who's working a 9 to 5 to somebody who has a growing business, or you want to be somebody who has a particular group of friends to somebody who has high net worth individuals. If you were able to get to that place, what exactly would change? Like, let's just think about it for a second. Like, literally think about it. And if you had any other answer to say, you have not listened to this video. Because the fact that you even have to change yourself when you are there means that you are not acting as the person that you need to be for you to have the authority that you want at that place. You need to have the authority that you want now by acting like you have that authority now. If you want high network friends and you know that you're going to change, your behaviors will change at that level, those are the behaviors you need to be experiencing now. If you want to be able to speak to somebody and be able to be respected on the phone, and you know that how you would talk would change, how you would talk is how you need to be talking right now. If you know that you want to be able to get into rooms, have literally heads turning because of the presence they feel when you get into the room, whatever you are doing different in that version of yourself is what you need to be doing now. And I hope that resonated, because it's a very powerful thing if you're able to harness it. And if any of you guys need to speak about it, have any questions, feel free to DM me and let's talk.